Alright guys, so YCS Charlotte is a wrap, and I was supposed to be there, but as I mentioned in a previous video, I had an eye surgery a couple weeks ago, and they decided that they were taking out these stitches on Wednesday, which made it so that I was completely unable to drive, so I couldn't make it the 4 hours or so away. So this is the deck that would have won YCS. It did really well in the locals. I mean, a lot of local people kind of left for YCS. But at my locals, this went 4-0 on Friday. This went 4-1 on Saturday. And this went 3-0 on Sunday. So, I mean, it was a pretty decent record, and those players were kind of still strong. So, here is the deck. It's a change up from what I've done before, but it's still an Eldlich deck. So, as always, 2 of the Golden Lords himself. Then only 1 Lord of Heavenly Prison. This is mainly just for back row protection. It can get itself out as a 3,000 attack point beat stick, but that's not the function of the monster. 2 of the Neckroll Banshees. This is solely to get Zombie World out. 2 Mizukis. It helps bring back the Eldlich. It helps bring back the Neckroll Banshee if I want, or it can bring itself back, or even Lord of Heavenly Prison if I have Zombie World out. Really, it's just one of those monsters that I chose to keep in because it helps regenerate stuff and helps me get back on the field. And that's it for my actual main monsters that I would pretty much be summoning or even using for most of my combos, or essentially starting control. Now it's the hand traps, 2 Drolls, 2 Ghost Ogre, and 2 of my Ash Blossoms. I do have in Perm, but that's in my trap section. Now the spells. These are 2 Zombie Worlds, Curse Eldlings to get all of my Eldlich place, Black Awakening to get Eldlich onto the field again. The whole point of this deck right now is to get Eldlich on the field, get Zombie World out, and just control using Rivalry. Foolish Burial, this can get either Neckroll Banshee, Mizuki, or Golden Lord into the grave and helps get stuff going. These are beyond underrated, and even though they're rated really well, I still think that they need more respect. Super Poly is one of those things that has helped me clear out boards. It helps when Zombie rolls out because you can make everything a zombie. You can get away with removing your own Eldlich, and then if you have Neckroll Banshee on the field in your hand, you get to throw that out, or Mizuki, you get to get your monsters and do some more fun. 3 Positive Extravagance, again, because this is closer to a classic Eldlich deck, the extra deck isn't nearly as important as my other builds, so that's what I'm trying to bank on, trying to get more draw power. This is a 45 card deck, but 3 of these cards are Pot of Extravagance. 3 Scarlet Sanguine. It's self-explanatory. If you don't have 3, or very, very minimum 2, then I don't know what you're doing. 3 Conquistador. This is removal, and again, link fodder if I choose to link off. And then something I don't see a lot of people doing is Guardian of the Golden Land. It's a wall. It's 2,500 defense points, and it can even make a monster have 0 attack. So if you're going to be attacked, you can turn it to 0, and it stops them from attacking. Also, you can do this for, the Graves effects of these cards are great because it helps you get Eldlich on the field, but also it gives you a body for linking off, and then their effects have been helpful. And then 1 Akero. This has actually helped me a bunch facing DPE, because on their draw, I will activate this if I have Eldlich on the field, and it gets their DPE banished. 2 Ice Dragon's Prison. Again, because you have Zombie World, the control for this is so strong that it really does help just get rid of their monsters, get it banished, and you can even use this for link plays for yourself if you really wanted to. 2 Infinite Impermanence. Again, you want to stop them doing their plays. This is a control deck. 2 skill drains. I would do 3, but I don't feel like spending the $30 to $80 for another copy, and I've had these for almost a decade. I've had one. I know I've had at least a copy somewhere, at least since it got released. These are obviously not it, but 2 rivalry. If you're running a zombie world deck and you're not running rivalry, I don't know what you're doing at this point. This has saved my butt so many times, even when I haven't had zombie world on the field. It's helped with prank kids. It's helped with everything essentially except for Dragon Links, and then the mirror matches are also a little bit weird. And then the Gozen match. This is great because, again, the big monsters for this deck are Eldlich. So if I can't get anything else onto the field, then that's fine. I still have my 2500 attack point beat sticks. Let's go to the extra deck. So the extra deck right here is just Link Karibo. And I have 2 Gustav. Again, if you don't have like a rivalry or Gozen match, and this can do the last bit of the 2000 points of damage, or I've even gotten it so that I had one game over the weekend where I was able to get both these out and do 4000 points of damage, which was kind of cool. And then Liebe, this is just so that if you really need to get attacking over something, or if you're going for a push for a game or something like that, this is also something really nice to have. Plus, these are really cheap cards. I think I got the entire set for like under $10. Hulk, I left this in. I didn't use it. This is just one of the cards for the extra deck, just so that it's a target for Pot Extravagance. And then, you know, Formula Synchron, same thing. Baron de Fleur, just left it in there. Vampire Sucker, I used. Avendred Savior, I did use that. This is one of those things where, because it uses zombies, these are both great just to have, especially if you get Mizuki, you can kind of get regeneration. Although with Doom King, this is a lot more effective. But overall, this, with Eldlich, you get Eldlich into the grave, and you get to do, you take away 2200 attack points from your opponent's monster. You essentially do 1600 points of damage to most people I've ever gone against. And then super poly targets for dark monsters. These are the Predaplants. No, Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Then the Dragon Necro Netherworld Dragon. This is the zombie super poly target. And I didn't need these cards again for most of them. Then there was obviously Predaplant, Dragoon. Didn't use any of them. I don't have Dark Magician or any of those in my deck. Then I had World Chalice, and the reason I had World Chalice in this was mainly because it is a link target. It's a target for super poly for links. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the last one I had was Dark. I used Dark once. It helps you get essentially a monster reborn of your opponent's monster, and it gets you a search of a dark monster, which they're useful, but not necessarily in this deck. So I didn't use that too much. I didn't use most of the extra deck at all. Avengers Savior I did, but only once or twice. Now this is the extra deck. The extra deck, I did side quite a bunch, but it never came up as often as I thought. So 2 Nibiru. If they were really hard set on summoning 5+ in a turn, I'd throw Nibiru in. Token Collector. This is just disrupts the adventure package and a bunch of other things. It's one of those things where you kind of just throw it into the grave and you hope that they do it so that you can stop it, or you hope they have it in your hand. 2 Ghost Spell. It prevents them from doing stuff from the graveyard, which is really, really handy right now. And then I do the Psy-Frame Gamma package, but I only do 2 because I can only really see me ever swapping out 3 cards in total from the main deck for most situations. Like if they're running stuff that's all the same attribute, I'll take out Goza Match and stuff like that. 2 Artifact Lancia. It's Lancia. It helps stop a lot of plays, especially if they're very, very reliant on working with banished cards or banishing or something like that. This is in case I ran into Flunderies or Dragon Link or something that really needed a specific type of monster. I put an additional zombie world in. This has come up against Flunderies quite a few times, and I've been able to stop Flunderies all but one of the games within a match, or one match within an entire duel. I've only lost Flunderies once of that. That was a lot of jumbled words. And then just my 2 removals. I tried Twin Twister with this, but I didn't really want to get too many things thrown to the graveyard. And I never actually sided these, so that's that. I did want to show you what I got from one of the packs, though, from my locals. The Dark Magician, the 25th anniversary. I'm super stoked on it. I was really hyped that I got it, and it made my day. I thought about selling it, but I chose not to. Well, that was just a quick one. I don't want to make anything super long, but this weekend I am doing the South Carolina regional, and I'm pretty much doing a regional every weekend until the end of May, when that Connecticut YCS happens. Alright guys, that was it from Tony's TCG. Feel free to like, comment something that I did stupid, and subscribe. Peace.